and welcome to part 5 of the Macromedia Flash tutorial. What we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you how to create a motion guide, which is going to help you save a lot of time when you're making more complicated animations. So what we've got right now is we drew this or something similar to it in part 4 when I was just showing you how to take a picture of a skier and we cropped him and we animated him across the screen. Well, we're going to do that again. We've got our background layer. We need to create a new layer for the skier or the snowboarder. That's the snowboarder layer. Okay, let's drag the snowboarder over. Okay, and here, and like we did in, it's going to be just like that. And at this point in time, that's at the beginning of the movie, there's the keyframe for him right here. And then at the end of the movie, we inserted another keyframe, and then he's at the bottom of the hill, right? And we inserted a keyframe. Oops, pardon me. I didn't want to insert a keyframe. We wanted to insert a motion guide, motion tween, and we just made one for the screen. What we're going to be doing now is, if say we wanted to have him, he started here and then he was actually tumbling down the hill. What you would have to do right now is, say at this point in time, insert keyframe, and we'd have to create a whole lot of keyframes in order to achieve it. And this is just a very simple, these are keyframes right now, and we were to create motion tweens, right, then this is what our movie would look like, right? It's very jagged, and it's in my opinion, far too much work, or way more work than you have to. So let's back up. Let's get rid of this. Actually, I'm just going to just get rid of the frames altogether and remove the tween altogether. And we're going to start fresh. Excuse me. In order to create a motion guide, what you have to do is we got to get this guy selected. That's fine. What you need to do next is actually assign a motion guide to it. That's right here. You hover over top of this. If I can make that thing create. Well, it doesn't want to highlight here. Okay, well this is your create motion guide button. If you create motion guide here, if I click on here, what happens? Another layer shows up. What that is, here I'll switch over so you can see. It says Guide Snowboarder, and what's happened here? If you take a look here, there's your guide, and the snowboarder layer, which contains our graphic, has been indented a little bit. So that means that this snowboarder layer is associated to this guide. All right, I'm going to back up. I'm going to do that again. I just deleted the snowboarder layer. The motion guide layer. I got the snowboarder selected. Gonna click on the Add Motion Guide tool. All right, and it's created a new layer, and it's associated itself with the snowboarder, and we know that because the snowboarder layer has been indented, and also it's also in the guide name. Okay, so let's draw a path for this guy to follow. We can do that just by using the simple pencil tool. I can start and I can just draw a path and follow. So here's my path, and if I click on the snowboarder, you can see how the snowboarder has these crosshairs in it. These are the same crosshairs that, say if we went into edit, these are the crosshairs right here. You can see if I were to move this a bit and the crosshairs are at the tail of his snowboard. Okay, look, there's the crosshairs there, right by the tail of his snowboard. This is actually a very important thing when it comes to animating. Because, like, say if I were to want to rotate this guy, and I want to rotate it, that is the axis where it would rotate. So that's one of the reasons why you want to have the middle guy. The other reason is when we're doing our motion guide, we actually take those crosshairs and we snap to that snaps to the line. Now all we have to do is I'm going to create another keyframe later on in time. and I'm going to put him, I'm going to grab those crosshairs and I'm going to put them at the end of the path. I don't have to put him at the end of the path. I can put him at the middle if I want, but it's just going to animate from here to here, but it's going to be along that path. If I go create motion tween now, what's going to happen is that follows that path. So if you wanted to have like a ball, like a basketball that was going to go through a hoop and then it would go through the hoop and down and then dribble back, you could actually do that all in one simple animation using a motion guide. We can also do other things. In properties, we always seem to go back to properties. If I were to click on my animation here, and if you were to go orient to path, here, first of all, I'm going to play the thing first, as is. We're going to go Control, and we're going to render the movie. Going to go Test Movie, Control Enter if we wanted to. Go Control Enter, and this is the path. That's our movie. You can see how the guy isn't moving at all with the. He's just straight up and down because that's the way we had him. If I were to click on Orient to Path, what that will do is that he will curve along with the path. So if I were to go Control Enter now, you see how the animation is actually following the orientation of the path. That's something easy that you can do in order to bring a little more life into your animations. All right, so that is in a nutshell using a motion guide with your in Macromedia Flash. So good luck.